I just wanna come back. How did things get so bad? Man, I swear it felt like last week.
What's good, you guys? My name's Ruben Lair, back with a reaction video for today. For today, guys, we're going to be reacting to 4 true horror stories animated by Nightmare Files. So I know you guys wanted me to react to one of these videos sooner or later. So I was like, well, shoot, might as well just do it now. This has just been posted. I love animated you know, horror story type of stuff. I don't like horror story stuff in general because I get creeped out really fast. I start to cry a little bit, or my eyes start to water a little bit, and it's because I'm freaking out. But yeah, let's go right this video, smash that like button, and yeah, let's get it. Oops, let's get it.
Nightmare Files.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh, that freaking voice. Oh, horse, true. Oh my gosh, this is creeping me out, bro. I already have goosebumps, bro.
This story is told from a female perspective. It happened to me a couple of months ago.
Oops.
I was on a dating app called Tinder.
Of course.
I matched with this one guy that I found attractive.
Of course.
He had a clean shaven head and was more appealing compared to the other guys on the app.
Of course.
His profile said he was the same age as me, 25.
Okay.
The bio in his profile was intriguing. It read, "I am the most versatile person you will ever meet. I compare myself to a chameleon because
more like violent.
I like to be different and spontaneous, randomly. You should join me." This made me compelled to chat with him.
When he meant by spontaneous and outgoing, he meant that I like to kill bodies on the low.
Sends me a direct message saying, "Hi, I'm Dennis." I sent him a message back introducing myself and asked him what brings him on Tinder. He responds by saying, "Want to have dinner at my place tonight?" Ignoring the fact that I just asked him a question.
Yeah.
Without hesitation, I messaged, "Sure." I usually wouldn't be so forward with someone. I just
Boy, you're
met
so
online,
freaking
but
thirsty.
Something seemed compelling about this guy. He then sent me his address and mentioned that he'll be inviting a few friends. I messaged him back saying, "Okay," and waited till then.
That's freaking
Later
sus.
that night, I drove to his address and arrived at his front door.
Oh, his door is completely dark, bro. Where's his friends at? What is this, like a surprise birthday party? There's no lights. What the frick?
To knock on the front door, it opens, with Dennis staring dead at me.
Oh,
He
Lord.
had a blank expression on his face and didn't say a word. I found this very bizarre and creepy.
Yeah, I would leave.
About 10 seconds later, he says hi, then leans over to give me a hug. He tells me to come inside, and I stupidly go inside. As we arrive inside, I sit on the couch, and Dennis immediately asks me if I want anything to drink. I tell him, "Water, please." He then tells me that Patricia only drinks tea. I was confused by...
There it is. There it is. This is where you leave. This is. Do you want to know who Patricia is? Let me tell you right now. This is who Patricia is. Patricia is the girl that she got clocked by him, and now this girl is the replacement.
He was referring to. I asked him who Patricia was. He then tells me that she is one of his friends that he invited over. I tell him, okay.
Nope.
Then he proceeds to get me some tea in his kitchen.
That's a damn lie.
A couple of minutes pass and the most bizarre thing happens. Dennis comes out of the kitchen with 2 cups of tea.
What the frick?
Dressed as an adolescent child. He wore a yellow hoodie and blue track pants. The clothes honestly looked like it belonged to a teenage boy.
What the
He places
frick?
the 2 cups of tea on the table and reintroduces himself again, saying his name is Hedwig, in a creepy child's voice. I found this really disturbing and assumed that this was some sort of
So
sick
why are you still there smiling? What the frick? Haul ass.
joke. I awkwardly put on a fake smile and go along with the alleged joke. At this point, he tells me, "Drink the tea." Again in a disturbing child's voice.
Oh.
I really didn't want to.
Nope. I ain't drinking
And knew
that
I
tea.
had to get the hell out of there. So I cleverly said,
Okay, sorry guys about the cut. My camera literally was gonna die. I needed a new battery and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'll stop pausing for now. I'll continue to pause if I need to, but like, you know, do less pausing. So yeah, let's get it.
"Hey, don't we have to wait for your friend Patricia?"
Okay.
He got angry and said that if I don't drink it, he would release the beast.
Oh my gosh.
He honestly sounded like the type of child that throws tantrums when their parents don't buy them things that they want.
He
I was
crazy.
trembling in fear and didn't know if he was armed or had a knife on him, so I drank it. The room suddenly started becoming blurry,
Of course.
and I eventually started fading,
You dumbass.
then blacked out.
You're freaking stupid.
I assume it was from whatever he put in the tea. I then remember waking up on the floor and seeing a woman standing in front of me.
What the
The woman
frick?
was wearing burgundy. Looks like a burgundy long sleeve shirt.
It's him.
Black
He's dressed
skirt
up as a
and some
freaking
heels.
girl.
I eventually get up from the floor and rub my eyes to see that the woman was Dennis, dressed as a female. I remember thinking to myself, this guy is a psycho.
This guy's crazy.
He then said, I'm Patricia. Would you like to have a tea party with me?
Oh
In a
my
female-like
gosh,
voice.
this fool crazy.
I thought to myself, this guy is so fucked up. I acted fast and told him, I'll be interested in a tea party only if you invited Hedwig back, which was the teenage boy he imitated earlier. Surprisingly, he obliged and walked back into the kitchen to supposedly get Hedwig. I immediately used this opportunity to haul ass out of there and drive home.
Yep.
It's been a month since
Haul
the incident
ass.
occurred. I haven't taken effort to report it to the police.
Why?
I don't know if that was the smartest decision, but as I tell you this story, it still resonates with me until this day.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy out the ass. Oh. Oh, he's crazy. That fool nuts. That fool's nuts. Get the frick out of here, boy. Go to your psychiatric. True hitchhiking. Oh my gosh, it's freaking hitchhiking. I get so freaking ticked off.
One night, while walking home, it started raining. Just what I needed, I thought to myself. I had no umbrella and I was in the middle of a road that crosses a forest.
How?
With no place to cover, I decided to keep walking and wait for a car to pass.
How'd you end up in
Maybe.
this situation?
Around 10 minutes later, I started listening to a car approaching from behind.
Oh
I
lord.
looked back and the car stopped by my side. Slowly, the car window opens, and I could see a man inside. It was dark, so I couldn't see his face.
I'm gonna keep
I
walking.
heard the man ask, "Do you need a ride, son?" I told him yes, please, because there's no way I was going to keep walking in this rain. This guy looked like an old man.
Okay.
He was skinny, with a wrinkly face.
At least you can bust his ass.
He didn't look dangerous at all. He actually seemed nice. We did some small talk until I was reaching my destination. I told the guy to drop me here and I could walk the rest. The rain had stopped by now. The guy said nothing, so I repeated again.
Woo! That's when you're clucked. When he doesn't say nothing after that, you know that you're in a situation where you need to haul ass. So you can knock his ass out and then get, or you can just unzip your belt real and just, like, you know what I'm saying? Either one, bro.
You can drop me here.
Nah.
He says, no, not yet. You're not ready.
What?
What?
Who said I'm not
I
ready?
thought to myself, I'm not ready for what? I was getting nervous, so
Fool said you're not ready.
I tried one more time. Please, sir, let me out here. He looks at me with his eyes
What
wide.
the frick?
Now I can see his face.
What
The
the?
guy looked old and his face was
Yo,
wrinkled,
get
sharp
out.
teeth
Literally,
and
get
serious.
out.
I said no. I felt sick and I thought I was going to throw up. I was stuck there with that guy. I thought my only way out would be to open the door. I tried opening the door, but it was locked and I am in full panic by now.
Yep.
I feel a weakness going through my body as I feel myself pass out. Finally, my eyes close and everything goes black.
What? You pass
I woke
out?
up in the bed. I look around and it looks like a shack. The place looks trashed and smells terrible. At the side of the bed, I see some basic medical equipment.
Oh my gosh. He's about to do surgery on your ass, bro.
I see my
Ugh.
footsteps outside near the door. Without having a lot of time, I pretend I am still knocked out and I wait. I don't keep my eyes shut. I leave a small opening. I wanted to see who was coming.
Yeah.
The door opens. I see someone. I keep opening and closing my eyes very little to make sure he doesn't see I'm watching him. He reaches my side of the bed. He turns to the other side and starts picking up the medical tools.
Oh my gosh.
What is he gonna do to me, I thought. With very little time to make a decision, I needed to do something quick or
Knock his ass out.
I gained courage and I slowly get up. I started running to the door. While I was reaching to the door, I took a glimpse on the right, and there was an open door. Inside is an image that I would never forget. I saw a body of some random person, and I wanted to throw up, but I needed to escape. I opened the door and I ran through the woods. It was very dark. I couldn't see where I was.
I am hauling ass like there's no tomorrow. I'm hauling ass like like it's my last life. Like I have 3 lives. This is my last one, bro. Oh my gosh. This old guy is a crazy psychopathic freak. That's crazy. And he's old too. What the frick? Is he like freaking who is he trying to be? Like freaking what's that character? Jigsaw? Like the frick?
Going, but I didn't care. I just needed to be far away from that place. Finally, I arrived at the main road and I kept running. I found an open diner. I went inside and used their phone to call the cops. I gave the police a report of what happened.
Good.
Then they took me safely home.
Good.
A few months later, I saw on TV that the fugitive from an asylum was caught. He was living in a cabin in the woods. It was the same guy that kidnapped me.
Wow.
Suddenly, I had the same feeling from that night. But at least the guy had been caught.
That's crazy.
Never again in my life have I hitchhiked.
Good, you dumbass. Yo, this is crazy. What's the next story? Oh! Disturbing true dark web hort.
I was a regular on the chat rooms on the deep web, back when I was a sophomore in high school. Literally every day for about 5 months straight. Before school, after basketball practice, and before bed.
What?
I was always on there.
This fool's stupid.
I'd chat with this one guy all the time because he seemed really cool. He'd always link me to funny videos. In about a month 3, it all changed.
Huh?
He would send links to weird rooms, then the dark live streams. So one day I was on a stream.
Oh!
A lady chained to a bed and gagged. Then I clicked off of the stream, and I tried to click something else, then the mouse quit moving. It started to move by itself, and clicked back on the stream with the lady chained down. When it opened back up, the lady was still there.
Bro, that's
and
clutch.
the man with a potato sack on his head was on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
The potato sack only had one eye cut out, and that's all. There was a table that had a hacksaw, gun, and scissors with a shaving razor. The man spoke into the camera and said, "Pick one." Everyone picked the scissors and the razor. He then shaved her head. After that, he said, "Pick another one." And everyone picked a gun. He picked it up, held it to her head, while the woman was screaming. And then I gained control of the mouse and clicked off of it.
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking to myself, what am I watching?
This is, what do you mean this is the dark web, ladies and gentlemen. It's when you see clucked up things like this. They torture women. They do some crazy ass stuff on dark web. This is why you don't go on the dark web. Oh my gosh, that's so clucked. You're so stupid. And your so-called internet friend, it's not an internet friend. Like, he ain't a friend, bro. He is a freaking psychopathic freak. He's sick in the head. Oh my gosh.
Mouse clicked on another stream.
Got me all the way clucked
It
up.
was the same man with a barrel with what looked like boiling water in it.
Oh my gosh.
I tried gaining control of the mouse, but I couldn't. Then I heard a different woman crying in the background. The camera then zoomed out.
So you just buy the other one.
I saw the barrel, a bat, and a flamethrower. Then the masked man asked which one. The chat was split between the boiling water and the flamethrower.
What?
The man then said, "I'll use both then."
What?
He rolled the crying woman into the side of the camera, turned the flamethrower on, and aimed it at the barrel. At this point, he had her chained to the wheelchair. The water in the tub was boiling out of control. She started kicking and screaming even more. The man called another guy in the room. They unchained her, picked her up, and threw her toward the barrel.
Oh!
The screen then went black, but I could clearly hear the woman screaming and
Oh
splashing.
my gosh.
For about 2 minutes, that's all I heard. Then it stopped. The screen then came back and it was focused on the barrel. The two men just stood there, staring at the camera, breathing heavily. And that woman, I don't know how to explain it, but it was a terrible sight.
Jeez.
Then the stream ended. I closed out of everything, and I sat there in silence for a while. Honestly, that wasn't my last time on the dark web because I honestly enjoyed it.
Do you hear what this man just said? This man said, I honestly enjoyed it. This man couldn't resist. This man is a psychopath. He's crazy, just like the rest of them. Man's watching other people get tortured, and he enjoys it. What in the frick? Oh my gosh.
There are a lot of people out there like me, more than you think. Be careful about going on the deep or the dark web.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is clogged. That's so rare. Oh.
I had 3 really good friends, and their names were Kevin, Ryan, and Tommy. Every day on a large island in the middle of Lake Vermilion. Eventually, when we were old enough, our parents let us go to the cabin on our own for the first time. When we got there, we parked the car on the gravel road beside the lake. Then we had to take a boat across the lake, about half a mile to reach the cabin.
Wow, what the frick?
There were a few other cabins on the island, but they were all at least half a mile away.
Damn.
The cabin was quite small and only had a kitchen, a bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. At night, it was pitch black. There were no street lights for miles, and the only light came from the moon. There were no curtains on the windows, so...
In the middle of the freaking forest, too, bro. That's what makes it more so freaking clucked. You're in the middle of the freaking forest. Just one cabin. Alone. In the middle of the... And your so-called neighbors are freaking 15 miles out. Those are not neighbors. What the frick? Neighbors are ones that are literally beside you, like a few meters, a few centimeters. Those are what you call neighbors. The heck? Those are not neighbors. Get the heck out of here with that.
At night, you could see the moon shining down on the trees and the lake outside. On the 3rd night of our trip, we set up a campfire by the edge of the lake. The moon was full and a pale white glow was shimmering across the lake. We were gazing up at the stars when all of a sudden we heard a splashing sound.
What the heck?
As if something was moving about in the water.
Yo.
Ryan suddenly stood up and pointed, saying, "What the hell is that?" We all looked in the direction he was pointing, peering into the darkness. After a while, I couldn't make out what he was pointing at.
What the heck is that?
I'll never forget the feeling of terror that came over me. The hair on the back of my neck stood up, and goosebumps appeared on my
Yo, I'm
arms.
hauling ass back to my
I
cabin.
was paralyzed in fear. Out in the middle of the lake, there was a woman's head.
Gosh.
It was just floating there on the surface of the water, staring directly at us. She had
Frick.
pale white skin.
What the frick
and
is
long
this?
black hair. Her hair was matted to her face. The rest of her was submerged or not even there. We tried to tell ourselves that it was just a loon.
Yo.
They are black and white
Stop
birds
looking,
that hunt
man.
at night, diving deep into the water. It didn't look like a loon, but that's what we tried to convince
Yo,
ourselves.
it's looking
about.
at you too.
We threw some more wood on the fire and tried to forget about it, but it still gave me the creeps. About an hour later, I had to go to the toilet, so I walked down to the edge of the dock and peed into the lake. Looking out over the moonlit lake, I noticed the thing was still there,
Oh my gosh.
but now it was much closer.
Whoa, whoa.
It still looked like the woman's head, and it still seemed to be staring right at me.
Oh my gosh.
Its face was still extremely pale, as if it hadn't been out in the sun for years, and I could easily make out some facial features.
What?
The eyes and the nose.
Then why the frick are you so observant? Like, why? Like, why are you being, like, okay, you seen it? It's looking at you. Run. Why you even home?
A feeling of incredible unease came over me as I realized it couldn't be a loon. There was no way a loon could just tread water for that long.
Yo.
There were no ripples around it either. It wasn't moving at all. It was just standing there, stiff as a board, submerged in
Yo,
water.
stop zooming in, bro.
I immediately zipped up my pants and ran back up to the dock, to where my friends were, sitting around the campfire. I told them what I'd seen,
Frick.
but none of them dared to go down to the dock to take a closer look. We tried to tell ourselves it was just a log or a tree branch, just floating out in the water. I could tell everyone else felt uneasy too.
Yeah.
None of us really believed that. We went back into the cabin and we shut the door, locking it behind us.
Good.
It was very late and we just needed sleep. None of us mentioned a thing in the lake. We were all trying to avoid talking about it, honestly. There were no curtains on the windows. And I was...
Did you just hear what this idiot just said? There is no curtains on the windows. Oh my gosh, bro. No curtains in the... Oh my goodness. Y'all are just waiting to get clucked.
getting ready for bed. I couldn't help but taking one last look. Peering out of the window, I could see the lake clearly, illuminated by the full moon.
Why are you still trying to
But
look?
the thing wasn't there anymore. It had completely vanished. I let out a sigh of relief, thinking it was a log that just floated away, or else it sank below the surface. Or perhaps it had been a loon, and it finally flown away. It was very hot that night, and we had to sleep with the windows open.
Shh.
My friend Tommy and I slept in one bedroom, and my two other friends slept in the other.
Dumbasses.
We left our bedroom doors open. I was finding it hard to sleep, very, very hard. It was the middle of the summer and there wasn't even a slight breeze. The heat was stifling. As I lay there, I thought I could hear someone walking around outside the cabin.
That's when you close the door.
I kept
Close the
my
window.
eyes tightly shut.
Close the
I
window.
tried to tell myself it was just my imagination. It sounded like someone with bare, wet feet pacing back and forth. I was trembling with fear, but I felt so weak I couldn't move. The footsteps, they sounded like they were walking up the steps to the
Oh
cabin
my
door.
gosh. Close the
I
freaking window.
wanted to shout out to my friends, but I was frozen in terror. Then the footsteps turned around and sounded like they were running down the steps and toward the lake. After a while, the footsteps faded away. I reached over and shook my friend Tommy. He was already awake and he claimed he had heard the footsteps as well.
Yo!
Just then, I was startled to see Ryan coming running into our room. When he stepped into the moonlight, I could see his face and the expression on it was very, very disturbing.
He almost got caught.
He told us, we need to leave. I asked why. What did you hear? He said, let's just go. He insisted. Let's get to the boat and it's time to go. He wouldn't answer. He just ran back into his room. We followed him and found Kevin sitting on his bed, already packing up his things.
Wow.
Ryan was running around frantically grabbing his stuff and stuffing it into a bag. What's wrong? I demanded. Ryan, what the hell is wrong with you? Tell us. He just stopped in his tracks and stared at me. There was a haunted look in his eyes.
What the heck?
I would never forget what he said. He told us he was turning over in his bed to get more comfortable when he suddenly saw at the top right corner of his window. As soon as he said it, the face vanished. He said all he saw was long black hair.
Oh my
hanging down the
freaking
window,
gosh.
ghostly white skin, and one large eye staring at him. When he said that, it chilled us to the
Yo,
bone.
I can't, bro. What the frick, bro? What the frick was that? Yo, what is that? What is that, bro? What type of creature? Yo, what the frick, my G? Oh, I can't.
Realized that if the face was in the top right corner of the window, that meant the thing had to be damn near 8 feet tall.
Damn, that thing huge.
Or else floating in midair. I felt like I was going to be sick. Let's just go, Ryan said in a very serious tone. Let's just go now. We all agreed and packed our stuff up as quickly as we could. We grabbed our bags and ran out of the cabin, locking the door behind us. As we scrambled down the front steps, I glanced to the side and I saw footprints. Bare, wet footprints.
Oh my
In
gosh.
the dirt all around the cabin.
Bigfoot?
We ran down to the boat and threw our stuff in. We untied the boat from the dock and we sped off. I looked back over my shoulder and stared at the island, but I didn't see anything moving. However, I had the strangest feeling that someone or something was watching us.
Huh.
When we finally reached the other side of the lake, we tied up the boat, stuffed our backpacks in the car, and drove off. We had been driving for about 10 minutes when, out of the blue, Ryan suddenly broke down sobbing. He kept saying over and over, "What was it, guys? What was it? What did we see?"
I don't know, bro. That was a
On the way,
demon.
We called our parents to tell them what happened. Ryan was freaking out, and we didn't know what to do. They told us to just get home safely and quickly.
Holy frick.
My friend's dad went up to the cabin a few days later and said he saw nothing out of the ordinary. However, he did mention that there were bare, wet footprints all around the cabin, which he thought was odd.
Bruh.
Whatever Ryan saw in the window really hit him hard. After his breakdown, he had trouble sleeping and ended up having to go into therapy.
Wow.
They gave him some pills to calm him down and allow him to get decent night's sleep. As time went on, he recovered and ended up being fine.
Good.
But to this day, he still can't sleep unless the curtains on his window are completely shut.
Yep, that's what's supposed
To
to
this
happen.
day, I still cannot explain what we saw on the lake that night. I never went back to the cabin. Tommy
Who keeps flickering the
Kevin
lights?
had both gone back, and everything was fine.
Oh my gosh. What
But
the?
Ryan refuses to go back, and frankly, I'm with him on this
Oh
one.
my goodness. Oh my gosh, you got me all the way clucked the frick up, bro. You got me all the way clucked up. What the heck? Jeez. Oh my goodness, bro. Why would you go to a cabin in the middle of nowhere anyways? Anyway, like, what? Y'all are clucked in the ass. Anywho, yeah, that'll be the end of the video. This is just, hey, don't be going to freaking cabins in the middle of nowhere. You got me all the way clucked up. I know this freaking girl that literally said, hey, reach my like, literally she was like, hey, during the summer, blah, 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 whatever, before school starts, reach my cabin, blah, 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 because, apparently, her trees, and then there's a huge field, and there's then there's the freaking house, right? And I was like, oh wow, this looks like some Cluck vibes. What the and she wants me to go there. Me and her. Are you crazy? What? This is that white people stuff, bro. I'm not joking, bro. What the frick is you talking about? But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Smash that like button, and yeah, peace.